My old classmate wrote this interesting thing. Searching for an photographer for my wedding. Here are my requirements. Must be willing to job for free. Must have at least 8 years of experience. Must be at the wedding all the time. No breaks. Bring your own food and drinks. I'd take the job. Would even make decent photos. The job was free. Those pictures will cost her though. Alright, I worked your whole wedding for free. Got lots of nice photos. Oh, you want them? That'll be $2,000 to buy the copyright off me. But it's your lucky day. I have some free photos. Hands over several photos where they blinked. It's pretty easy to unfuck those. You gotta give photos with a huge watermark, or at 1995 internet resolution. Gamma Boy resolution. Resize down. Save. Open in Paint. Resize up. You monster. Cries in vectors. Weeps in bitmaps. Sobs in raster. Bring your own food and drinks. Fuck off. Why is the photographer eating McDonald's, honey? Then he is probably eating at the same place as all the other guests, because they needed to bring their own food too. Taco Bell delivers. The delivery driver had to pay for the order, and got tipped in Taco Bell coupons. I'd take the job. Take a single dick pic, and pretend the rest of the time. Happy memories, you filthy animal. Why pretend? Just point the camera down your pants, and keep it there, while you take dick pics the entire wedding. This would be a great opportunity, to troll the shit out of these entitled fucks. Your dick pic idea is golden. Or you could legally extort them, by taking all the pictures to the best of your ability and then say, okay, I got 500 pictures. If you want them, it's gonna be $27.95 per photo, unedited. I can edit photos for an extra $15.07 each. I will let you look at them on my iPad to choose which ones you want to buy. It's $16.79 a minute to use my iPad. No, you cannot look at them anywhere else for free. Your free ride is over. These are my pictures that I took with my camera. You have 21 days. After that I delete them. Oh, and I only accept cash. Have a nice honeymoon. Just once I'd like to hear about some photographer doing this to a CB demanding they shoot their wedding for exposure. As long as you don't sign any contracts, I'm sure you can do it. Legally, I mean. People that think these requests are normal, I wonder how they have enough common sense to survive everyday life. Well, we are talking about a person who uses job as a verb, so. Edit. Okay, I get it. Job is used as a verb in certain jargon situations, slang, wrestling, and apparently arson. But none of that is relevant to the situation here. I'd probably try to win this one with roundabout contract wording. Show up, do the event, get some good quality pictures, then pull some according to our agreement. You must paper print/file received. If they want their photos, they can pay. Also, if you want free photography, just give everyone a disposable camera, or ask them to shoot on their phones. Yeah, I went to some weddings back in the 90s where they did the disposable camera thing. They got some nice shots, nothing professional grade obviously, but some really good candid party shots. I would do the gig, but take the absolute worst photos, half cut off headshots, some floor shots, and then give it to them at the end. When they complain, say, well, you get what you pay for. Every shot has a finger in it. Who knew? I would make a job to find the most obnoxious food. Something smelly and loud to eat, and eat at the worst possible moments. You're saying your vows? Time to open a bag of chips. First dance? How about some smelly food? Speech time. Time to slurp on those last drops of my drink. Edit. For me the perfect food would be smoked chorizo. IDK if it's because of the fat but warm, that thing, and everyone in the vicinity can smell it. The smell lingers on your hands and breath for hours, although it's not really a bad smelling food. One of my cousins is supposed to be getting married. They broke up a couple days ago. She is having an outside wedding with no reservations for the park. She told the guests that if starts to rain they will just have to deal with it because she's not buying an overhang or reserving a spot at the park. There will also be no seats, so guests must bring their own chairs if they wish to sit. If you want food they must bring their own as it won't be supplied. They did get a bar, but it's not open drinks. You must pay for it. I feel like this is exactly the type of Facebook post my cousin would post. Also she hasn't announced to anyone the wedding was cancelled yet. So we'll see. Hi, I don't know you at all, but I need an update if you're willing. This sounds like it's gonna be good. This guy's wife is gonna divorce him so fast. No photographer would ever shoot a wedding for free. I worked in military public affairs, and we would occasionally do side jobs, but never weddings. Weddings are by far the worst and most annoying things to shoot. Can confirm. I did photography professionally for 5+ years. I refused to do weddings after my first couple of them. I realized pretty fast why wedding photographers charge upwards of $5K. The amount of people who want you to do free Photoshop work or they don't want to pay because they don't feel like I made them more beautiful than they realistically are is too damn high. Plus, a lot of it is candid photography and nobody looks happy or relaxed at a wedding. I have nothing but the utmost respect for wedding photographers. Take the job, get the pictures, but refuse to give said pictures. I like this. I did exactly what I was asked. I took pictures all night without breaks, and I even fed myself on my own time, but nowhere in the job listing did it say that I was required to hand over my pictures for free. This is your shot at greatness. Hire a local actor to pretend to be a freelance photographer and get them to offer their services. Then get the actor to be as horrid as possible without getting kicked out. I'm talking Vinegar in the punch. Taking single bites out of expensive food at the buffet and putting the rest back. Don't bother bringing your own food. Bring an expensive looking rental camera, but take all the photos on a diagonal with an older phone with the contrast turned way up. Blame it on the bride's bright dress. Once the wedding's nearly over, get the photographer to feign a nervous breakdown under the pressure and let it slip to everyone that he's just been informed he won't be paid for the event. Wow. How the duck can you ask someone to work basically all day for free with 0 breaks at your wedding? Then add insult to injury and not even feed them. At an event where everyone else is fed? What a jackass. I hope they hire cousin chat and he gets hammered drunk and fucks the best man loudly in the bathroom, then exits only to spill red wine on the dill hole of the bride's shitty dress. Then when they get the pictures back they realize he left the lens cap on. Bring a little karma into these entitled fuckholes' lives. Protog here. You see this crap all the time. It'll be great exposure. Duck you, exposure doesn't pay my bills. A mid-range photographer these days will average you $2,000 to show up, maybe you get proofs with that, and albums will probably start around the $500 mark. No, we are not making a killing. For every hour we are at your event there's another 4 hours of work that gets done on your images. We still have to pay to feed and clothe our kids just like everyone else. You get what you pay for here. Anyone who is shooting a wedding for under $1,000 is a noob, or will shortly be out of business. Don't expect much. I'm not saying you should spend $5,000 on pictures, but if you are, call me. Spend your budget on whatever is most important to you. Not to mention recouping costs for equipment in the beginning, travel time and expenses, and any advertising, and other general business expenses. People forget that it's not just a hobby. Most photographers worth their salt have either spent a ridiculous amount of time apprenticing, or paid for a formal education, to do what we do. In college, my professor used to reserve 5 minutes at the end of each class, to tell a story about all the different obnoxious client interactions he had experienced in his career. We all thought he was full of it. How little we knew. Thanks for watching this video. Like, subscribe, and hit the bell to see more interesting video. Goodbye.